Jumbo, everyone. Radja here. Be More, Give More Daily. Always a thrill to connect with you. The past 2 years, I've had the amazing privilege to travel to South Africa and pay homage to the one and only, the great Madiba, the great Nelson Mandela. I visited Robben Island both times, just so I can see for myself and hear the stories about what he went through. Robben Island is where he spent 18 of the 27 years he was incarcerated in apartheid South Africa. And to hear the stories about what he went through, just walking through his cell, where prisoner number 466 was held. It was a moving experience for me. I can only imagine. I mean, the conditions that he was forced to live under and other prisoners. I mean, every day just crushing stones nonstop and making gravel. And digging in the quarry and getting limestones, blinding sun rays and inhaling that dust and no visitation and hunger strikes. I mean, you name it. This was his reality, and yet, wow, the human spirit. And yet he was able to rise above it, and not only come out on top, lead a new South Africa and inspire people all over the world, myself included, I'm sure you as well. And that's why I went there. I wanted to juxtapose my reality, my so-called challenges, and look at someone else who had it so much worse and yet was able to do so much more. This is called the law of contrast. The law of contrast is available to all of us. Look around you, you will always find people who are doing more with less. And let's get inspired by it. Let's get inspired by it so we can tackle whatever challenge we're facing. Invictus, I'm sure you saw the movie. Invictus is a beautiful poem that Nelson Mandela made famous, at least to me, but it's a Victorian poem. It was written by William Ernest Henley. And it's a poem that I used to have on my wall. I would just think about, remember it, memorize it, just so that I can keep myself motivated and inspired every time I had a big challenge. And I'm going to share it with you, if I can still remember it. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried out loud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishments the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. Wow. Whatever challenge you're facing, whatever challenge I'm facing, I'm not here to minimize them, but I'm calling on that human spirit that resides inside of you, that resides inside of me, to rise above, Be more, give more. Cheers.